All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another video here on CoolStuffInc.com. The secret 11th brew. This one I borrowed from Frank Karsten. Of course, Frank, longtime pro Magic player, friend of mine on Team CFB and friends. And Frank beat us in one of our early 10 new brews videos, the really cool deck. And I was like, hey man, ship that deck list over here, right? And so Frank was kind enough to oblige. And this is Frank's Esper Warp deck. Apologize for the red. We're on early access and stuff, and the cards aren't actually on the client yet. Whatever, deal with it. But kind of highlights some new cards, right? But this is an Esper deck built around the Warp mechanic and Cosmogrand Zenith. This is a 2/4 for 3. Second spell, each turn makes tokens or buff the team, and warping and plotting, be it with cards like Quantum Riddler, which you can warp and then put in, or Exalted Sunborn. And refresh the warp ability is an ability kind of like Evoke and Adventure, where you pay the warp cost, enters the battlefield, does whatever it does, and then end of turn goes into exile, where you can cast it for its full cost. So this is a way to kind of cheat in these cards and then use them temporarily. And Cosmogrand, it's a cheap spell for that. We also see things like Dour Port-Mage, really cool 1/3. Whenever your warped card goes to exile, you draw a card. You bounce a card Pixie, draw a card. Splash Portal, draw a card. So a lot of really cool things happening here with kind of this forgotten frog rare from Bloomborough. Great new removal spell here in Tragic Trajectory. This card's going to be everywhere. Cards are really good. Shocklands return. 5 of the Shocklands are there as well. And just kind of a cool sort of like bounce double spell deck. You plot Dust Animus on 2, turn 3, play the Zenith, and then play your plotted card. So kind of fun stuff. Pretty cool looking deck. We're going to give it a spin and see how it goes. But first, we've heard from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of Jim Davis, and you can show your support while getting 5% off your entire order by using the promo code JIM5 at checkout. Need singles for constructed or kitchen table play? Looking to pick up sealed product or the latest in Magic accessories? We've got you covered. CoolStuffInc.com is the place for all your Magic the Gathering needs, and remember to use the code JIM5 at checkout for 5% off. CoolStuffInc.com, cool stuff in stock.
Okay. That is a lot of Godless Shrines. And they say Esper mana is good, right? We're just going to mulligan this. Our hand's just not really functional. Mulligan into a much better hand. We got Dust Animus. We got the old plot into Cosmogrand Zenith plan. Just to kind of like the, basically just slick shot show off into Corey Stonecutter, but not banned. And, yeah, that's pretty good. So, fire up Godless Shrine. Plot the Animus. You don't need to play this as a Baneslayer, so. Alright, so white, black sacrifice. We played this deck in the early access. It was quite good. So, let's plot our Dust Animus. Let's take it. It's going to go into exile. We have double Cosmogrand and Tragic Trajectory. Here's Voice of the Victory. Okay, coming in. Draw another land, sure. So, this is a pretty good turn for us, right? We're going to Cosmogrand, and then Dust Animus. We're going for tokens, I think, rather than buff on only one creature, so yeah, that's fine. And now I have a pretty good board. Then next turn we can go Zenith and then Trajectory. I think this card's awesome. I think this card's really, really good. We play Servondam Sunstar Exemplar. Another creature you control dies or is put into exile. Put a counter on this, gain a life. So they might be tempted to attack with Voice of Victory here and just get the 2 counters on it. So when this thing dies, once there's 2 counters on this, it's almost impossible to. Actually, that's not true. It cares about power 4 greater. So if we are to trajectory it, we would actually stop it from being a thing. It's kind of cool. So, all right, we are going to block here. I don't think I want to throw away a token. I'm just going to do this. They could have a trajectory of their own, but let's see what happens. Voice of Victory is a really good Magic card. Alright, they have the trajectory, sure. Alright, so that kind of stinks, we're fine. So, there's your counters. We draw a Nurturing Pixie. That does trigger Void if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn. So, that being said, though, we can't, you know what we can do? We can replot. So let's go. We want to Pixie back the Dust Animus and replot it. So we'll attack for 2. We're going to Pixie back Dust Animus. trajectory, minus 10 the Servondam, so it is. And that's a -5, -5, so we'll not kill anything on the way out. We'll plot this bad boy and say go. Looking to do Zenith and Dust Animus again. This time maybe a Pump the Squad. Sephiroth is the key card for their deck, so without Sephiroth, their deck is much less exciting. Sephiroth and the new Grave Pact. Voice of Victory Arch. A rebuild. Draw land. Comes in tap though, so we can't even use Dust Animus for as a Baneslayer. So yeah, I think we're just gonna Cosmogrand, and then we're gonna Danimist. And then do we want tokens or a buff? I think we want the buff here. Pump the Squad. Now we got 2 flyers. We're getting it in the air. These could also come in. They get to block 1 for free. I kind of like it though. Getting in. Take 5. This grows the Servondam by 1, but whatever. There are things we can draw next turn to double spell. We can Warp a Riddler. Nurturing Pixie, Splash Portal. They're going to block it. So we kill that thing, they get a token. And it is 17 to 16. Interesting sort of a mix of like Pixie and double spell stuff happening here. The Pixie cards naturally play well with the double spell cards. We saw a bit of a Mardu Pixie Corey Steelcutter when Corey Steelcutter was still legal in Standard. Our opponent is in the tank. Sending in just the 1/1 Mercenary. We'll take that. So we're not going to give them the counter on their Servondam. They're going to play Timeless Color on defense. This card being able to block is pretty surprising to me. But alright, so just Spyglass Siren. I think we're just going to hold it for a double spell. We're just going to go attack in the air and say go. We're ahead on board right now. We're not in any rush. Adding a Spyglass Siren to the board doesn't really do much. So hopefully we just draw any spell we can cast next turn. We can get our Zenith trigger again. Very Monastery Mentor-esque in that if it lives, it's extremely powerful. But if you kill it, it's kind of rough, and it's kind of hard to get multiple things off it. Is Monastery Mentor legal right now? Is that card legal in Standard right now? I think it is. Alright, so Timeline Color, gonna get in. I think we're just gonna take this also, rather than give them the counter on the Servondam. Oh, I think Mentor's in March of the Machine. Alright, so they're gonna come in. Here come the clowns. Alright, so now we gotta make some blocks. So we're gonna block this, and block this. Now Servondam will be very large. That's okay. Some stuff dies. They have 2 cards in hand. They have a way to sacrifice this, or a way to kill my stuff. This card's pretty good. Instead, mobilize triggers die. Voice of Victory is so good. Oh, we didn't draw a spell. Come on, man. Just literally any spell. I would take a Grizzly Bear, you know? Alright, so they have a 7/7. We're going to attack in the air again, I guess. He has Menace, too. We kind of need to cast Spyglass Siren. Nah, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold this land too because they have like a discarding effect. This is pretty risky, but 7, block this. Really, really want to draw any spell next turn. Just any spell in the deck. Alright, we are going to block the color and just take 7. We're going to 4. A little risky, but let's see how it works out for us. Now this is an 8/8. If we could just draw a spell, double spell for Cosmogrand, life is good. We drew a spell. It's a pretty good one, too. So we draw a Splash Portal. We can actually Splash Portal the Dust Animus, and it will get the counters and the lifelink. That's kind of gas, because we'll have 5 lands in play. Alright, we're going to do that. Attack in the air. We're going to Splash Portal Dust Animus. So we have 5 untapped lands when it comes back. And then we're going to cast Spyglass Siren. We're going to get 2 tokens. Make a map. And then we're going to map onto... They're at 7. Putting it on the lifelinker does feel like we're putting all of our eggs in one basket, but we can't produce lethal in the air anyway, so we'll just go on lifelinker. We map into a land. Right. Sure, whatever. Sir Vondam versus the world. Problem is if they draw like a Blood Artist effect, we actually pretty much die. We'll go to 1, but because the menace on the Vondam, we gotta make some blocks and so on, so don't block this. Alright. Yeah, menace is a big deal when you have a large growing creature like this. Here's Voice of Victory, and I think despite drawing 1,000 lands, I think we're good here. We're gonna go for lethal in the air. I'm gonna leave back the Siren in case they have a removal spell. Yeah, sick. Alright, cool. So, cool game. If they had drawn Sephiroth at any point, we were super dead, but they didn't. So, cool. Alright. On the draw with some Gloomlake Verges. Not a very good hand. We're going to mulligan. Mana is pretty sketchy. We're going to mulligan into... It's a reasonable one. We can keep this. Dump a Watery Grave. I mean... We probably just Siren... Pixie Siren? I mean, I want to save spells for the Cosmogrand, but we'll see. Map. Hushwood Verge, starting town. Man, get your starting towns, folks. I have not played Paper Standard that much because I didn't play last Pro Tour. I gotta get my Paper Standard cards. Quantum Riddler, we're playing that card. This card's pretty good. And here's a Dust Animus. Sorry, I love that. So we'll just plop this Dust Animus and do the old plot thing. So next turn, here's the Lumbering War Wagon. Okay, so doing some rampy stuff. Starting down number 3, sure. So we're gonna go land. We're gonna go Cosmogrand. We're gonna go Dust Animus. We're gonna make some tokens. Next turn we can Pixie back something and then double spell again, which is awesome. Just hard cast the Riddler next time. Sure. So that's a big flop. 4/6 is pretty huge. We draw another Dust Animus. So, I think we're just gonna go Pixie, Siren, trigger, and then plot Dust Animus. Seems good to me. So we can go Pixie. Pixie. Set up to maybe pump the squad and go wide next turn, so bounce this. Play Pixie. I mean, play Siren. More wide tokens. Play Verge. Plot this. There we go. We can theoretically have a Baneslayer next turn, too. So, no attacks. Land 6. A little scared here. Just gonna say go. Alright, well, I'm just gonna do the thing. Here's Dust Animus. This will be a Baneslayer. We control 5 untapped lands. Parting Gust. Give me a fish. That sucks. Alright. Now we need to decide if we want to just go wide start attacking. I kind of think we need to, honestly. So let's map here. Draw land. Let's map here. That's not very good. All right, Leroy. Send in the clowns. We deal a decent chunk, plot another Animus, and just say go. Consult the star charts. Pretty good with the ramp strategy. This card is nice. Really, really good card. Alright, so we deal a chunk of damage. We're going to block this Dust Animus, just so you go. Going wide with some shitters. They've got 6 cards in hand. About to have 7 mana. Seven's kind of the sweet spot for, like, big dumb stuff. Gonna warp the Vestige. Warp works well with crew. It's fun. When this leaves the battlefield, they draw a card. They can put a thing in, put a 7-drop in for free. And they're going to Parting Gust it. Okay. So here comes the trigger. Draw a card, put a thing in for free. I think our best draw is another Cosmogrand. Comes back tapped. Or, I'm sorry, they put in a new one tapped, sure. So they're going to have 3 blockers, only 1 in the air. I'm hitting it. I'm hitting it.
Oh my god!
Alright, well, here's the Zenith. Malone's going to be mad. Good draw, Jim. Can I pump this squad up, please? Can I send in the clowns? We're not even going to think about it. Just attack with everything. Send in the boys. We're going to lose some stuff here. This might just be lethal. Yeah, it looks lethal to me. Sick. Alright, well, that was lucky. We take him when we can get him. You know, that's cool. We'll take that. Better lucky than good. Okay, Gloomlake Verge. Taps for blue and starting town. This hand's fine. We're on the draw with 1-drop removal spells. Cosmogrand. It's interesting. Alright. Yeah, we're going to keep. Botanical Sanctum. We draw 4 drops. Probably the worst draw in the entire deck. It's the most expensive card we can't void, but it's okay. It's fine. Here's Spyglass Siren. And there you go. Stacking a map and then voiding. Yeah, I think this is one of the best cards in this freaking set, honestly. They're playing Dour Port-Mage also, so we are going to remove that. We're just going to guess nowhere to run and kill this thing before it gets going. Dour Port-Mage is a huge addition to the format. It's so good with Void, drawing cards. Like, that's the sort of, like, cross-block synergy that's, like, really, really important. Dock. Orlick Grizzled Genius. Spells from your graveyard or exile cost 2 less to cast. Plotting cards 2 less. And Trailblazer. This is a cool little brewski they got going on here. Alright, so we don't draw a land. We can warp the Riddler. Or we can map. We're just going to map and kill this, I think. So, I'm trying to get any black. So, let's map this. Find a Dust Animus. That's not good. Alright, well, we are in a bit of trouble. Say go. Missed our 3rd land drop. Not so good. Our hand is pretty chonky. And they've got Outcaster Trailblazer. Really powerful card that really has, like, struggled to find a lot of good homes. Yeah, this makes the warp cards cheaper. So when you warp a card, it makes it for cheap. It's kind of cool. So they're going to just cast a Harmonizer. And we draw a Nurturing Pixie. That is not good. Alright, I think we're dead here. Sad to say. No sneaky reach, right? Alright, we're going to warp this Quantum Riddler. Draw a card. It's also not a land. Yeah, I think we're just dead here. Alright, well. Some games aren't meant to be, you know, so... Cool warp animation. Welcome to Warp Zone. You are dead. Splash portal, pretty interesting. Definitely a lot of things you can do with warp as far as like trying and blink the thing out. You know, we can see trying to cheat on the costs. Here we've got Code Cracker Hound, which can warp to draw a card or cast to draw a card. Sure. Landfall double power. We're drawing a land here, of course. There's no doubt we were drawing a land that turn. Just not a doubt in my mind. Yeah, alright. Well, we're super dead. We can't even Pixie and pick up nowhere to run, so, sure. Probably should have attacked last turn, but I mean, we're just dead. Whatever. Doesn't matter, so. Kill me! Welcome to Warp Zone. Now we're going to plot Aloe Alchemist. Love it. Plot another Aloe Alchemist. Love it. Love it. That's cool. Seeing the plot plus warp synergies. Good stuff. Starting town. This hand's sweet. We're going to keep this. We are going to just start plot into a Cosmogrand plan. Seasonal Dark Knight, you got a Dark Knight. Vengeance. Rot, Curse, Rashakalaka. Sure. Alright, so we've got Starting Town, Cosmogrand, Dust Animus, making tokens. I'm just saying, go. Really, really want this to live. But next turn we can warp the Sunborn and then cast the Pixie, and then make 4 tokens. Not sure how I feel about the Sunborn in this deck. It's like kind of cute, but we shall see. Big turn. Can they kill Cosmogrand? Yes or no? Sunborn, of course, is good with the Dour Port-Mage. Just drawing a card off of the warp. And you can splash portal it, but sick. It's the demon. It is a demon, but this is great for us. So we draw another star. So we can go Sunborn. Then we can Pixie. When it enters turn, or you cast like a spell. Yeah, so we can bounce the Sunborn itself, which is kind of cool. Sure. So let's warp this. Warp speed, Mr. Scott. Go, Sulu. Here's Pixie. We're gonna make 4 tokens. We're gonna bounce the Sunborn. Play Starting Town. And just get it in the air. And then next turn, we have to actually draw a spell next turn, though. Trample. So next turn, assuming we draw any spell, we can double spell again, pump the team. We're really all in on this Cosmogrand, though, you know? Like, if they kill this, we are not in the best. We could also just hard cast this. This is a 4/5 flying lifelinker. Tragic Trajectory to kill the Pixie. That could have killed the Cosmogrand. All they had to do was attack with a Rot Curse. That's probably not good for us. Wow, really? We get to keep going here, but we draw freaking land? Come on, man, just draw 2 spells. Alright. I don't think we can afford to just hold this. We should have cast it, which sucks, because now we're like hard. We're not drawing lives. This is why, you know, the Corey Steelcutter was so good with in the blue decks, where you just have all of these cantrips. Like, so many of your draws were 2 spells in one. This deck doesn't really have that, which kind of stinks. Wow, really? They could have killed the Cosmogrand and just decided not to? Damn. That is something. Alright, I think we're in trouble. We've drawn too many lands. We're gonna do a demon thing. We try. Alright, well, I think we're dead, folks. Not so good. Here comes just the Rashaka. Sure. I don't know why the 6/6 didn't get in also. Now they can decay my team next turn, so we can't block. There's a Slasher. Another Rashaka. And an Annex goes off. And the land for Plant Equity. Not quite. Must continue this farce. I know this is like the best card in our deck, but like we can't even leave it on top, right? Our best draw is probably Riddler. We're just dead on board. It doesn't really matters actually, so whatever. Just say go, we just die. So just flash back the Rock Curse Rashaka. No, just scared of what we got. We got nothing. Just lands. Lands for days. Yeah, so Rashaka. They're all decayed. They can't block. They attack with a bunch of stuff. We're gonna take. Yeah, we died at the thing on the end step. So sure. Tough game. You know, just drew a lot of lands. Feel like this game was lost in deck building though. We just kind of like ran out of like the fact that we played an entire game with Cosmogrand Zenith in play, it was never removed and we didn't win, is like a deck building loss, I think. So that's okay. We're still in the early phases here of deck building, so we'll figure it out. All right, 2 lands. We have no blue, but I think that's fine. Just plot Dust Animus and go from there. We have no 1-drop, but like that's just okay, I think. So we can live through it. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. Out the window you go. Kavorian Harrier. This creature attacks. Hit A2, make it 2/2. Okay. One of our creatures you control lead the battle without dying. Draw a card. Okay, so we're just gonna plot. We don't really have great. Maybe we just know where to run. Honestly. Just cast Nowhere to Run, and then get it back with Pixie. We're not really doing great synergy things yet. We don't have any blue mana. Plotting an Animus doesn't really do anything at the moment. And here's a starting tip and a journal. This was the card that I missed in my 10 new brews. Come on, man. For our sacrifice deck. Big, huge miss. Really good with the munitions enchantment that makes artifacts that want to get sacked. Rust Harvester. Cool cards. There's an artifact in the graveyard. We just draw on the Dust Animus. Well, I guess this is just our life right now. We're just going to plot some Dust Animi and say go. Is there a reason to play this one as a 2/3 flyer? I guess then why wouldn't I just cast this one as a 2 and what a flyer? That is kind of true. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay. You can't block this anyway. Yeah, I guess I should just cast the one that I had, but whatever, sure. It's kind of a little weird, but sure. Definitely some mana issues. Phantom Train. Feels like I'm riding a train. We draw a Cosmogrand Zenith. Okay. Alright. Well, this could be going better. I'm just going to play another Animus. Just like that. We draw land, we can Zenith and play another Animus. And maybe just like pump the squad and start killing them in the air. Ugh. Revving the chainsaw. Sacking the chainsaw, drawing a card. And then sacking the journal to pop the train up and playing a new... Oh my god, they're getting in. Choo-choo! Please draw land. Just trample, right? That's... No, it's a starting town. It's such a... It looks like such an appealing draw because you think it's a fast land, but it's not a fast land. It's a first, second, or third turn. It's so fast land adjacent, but it is not a fast land. Alright, we're gonna... If I Pixie, they can just Rust Harvester down my Pixie. Maybe we need to kill this first. But I can bounce the nowhere to run, too. Next turn, Zenith and Dust Animus. I don't know if we're gonna survive, though. We're just gonna... Just die to Phantom Train. I don't really have an answer to that. Yeah, I mean... Just make it a 6, make it a 7, and kill us over the next 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, whatever, I guess. I think we're pretty dead. Sack for 2, say go. Straight Rakdos Sacrifice. Yikes! Clearly, making some land drops would have helped this game, but, you know, it's fine, it happens. Hello? Ride the train. Yeah, we're at 6. Another train? We draw Godless Shrine. So, I mean, we're just super dead, right? These trains are going to run the crap out of us. Whatever, so... Play this guy. I'm going to play this. Making 2 tokens or making 2 buffs is basically the same thing, right? Like, as far as adding toughness to the board. Veteran's Tithing Blade, I suppose. I think we're dead, but... I just want the Harvester can start just shooting us in the face. This card's good. Good little card. Asks a lot of you, but definitely a good card. Alright, just gonna go face. Oh, sack, and then sack to the train. Feels like I'm riding a train. So we have 12 trample, 13 possible trample. We have 3 journals. Jeez. I mean, we're just dead, right? So we might be able to survive, but we'll lose everything. So, all right, that's fine. I mean, making some land drops would be super sweet. That definitely was not a super great game for us, is what it is. All right, so clearly like an early draft. You know, early access is our first chance to play with the cards, and there's certainly things here I don't like. You know, some of the warp cards are a little weird. Exalted Sunborn it's cute with Cosmogrand Zenith. Doesn't do a lot else in this deck. It's kind of just a warp card. We got this Splash Portal sort of blink thing. Do we want to cheat in the warp cards? Do we want to play more bounce stuff like Nurturing Pixie and Nowhere to Run? Dour Port-Mage is pretty awesome. Drawing a lot of cards, can bounce our own things. Dust Animus, we kind of have this little plot thing going along with our Cosmogrand. A lot of moving parts here, but Cosmogrand Zenith is pretty cool. The voice stuff's pretty cool, and a lot to work on, a lot to figure out. I also think the Quantum Riddler is quite good as well. So, kind of cool. Awesome deck from Frank. Again, thanks to Frank for hooking me up with the deck list. I'm sure we'll see more things like this in the future, but for now, hope you enjoy it. So, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to check out my article from last Friday on CoolStuffInc.com, where I went over all of my 10 new brews. I go over all my deck lists, my thoughts on each deck. Those are up on YouTube. You can go watch them there. We got Bronze Mythic starting this week for the set, as well as Eternities here. I'm super pumped for it. It'll be a lot of fun. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.